This is a small video about Guoba Swirl, on what actually is Guoba Swirl, why it happens, and what are the advantages of Guoba Swirl, and why you should use it if you can actually utilize its benefits. So, first things first, it's important to understand how swirl reaction actually works, how 4-piece effect of Verdescent Venom set happens. It doesn't happen exactly when you swirl an element from an enemy, it happens when the swirl damage hits an opponent. And that's important because a swirl is AoE damage. If you just hit one enemy with an emo, but there will be other enemies nearby, their resistance also will be decreased. Now that is important to understand because this is why Guoba Swirl actually works in combat. It's a guaranteed way to shred bio resistances from an enemy by doing Guoba Swirl. So, now to Guoba Swirl itself. If we take Chingling and use her E and use Elemental Sight, we can see that Guoba sometimes gets affected by Pyro. Exactly at the moment when he gets affected by Pyro, you can get Guoba Swirl. Basically, if your Nemo ability happens when he is affected by Pyro, you will be able to get Guoba Swirl. Now, as of version 4.3, there are only 2 characters in the entire game who can get Guoba Swirl. It's Farazan and Sucrose. There is no real explanation on why these 2 characters specifically can do that. It just happened to be these 2. But nonetheless, it's a very reliable and a good way to get fire resistant shred. Now, the good enemy to show the effectiveness of Guoba Swirl is Thunder Manifestation. Thunder Manifestation is an enemy that has an Electro Aura on it, meaning without some special setup like Guoba Swirl, there is no way to get a Fire Swirl on it. So, if you're gonna try it, as you can see, it always has Electro on it, meaning I cannot get a Fire Swirl. So, this 3.5k is all my bandit is going to do. Now, if I'm going to do the same thing, but with doing Global Swirl, my damage will be significantly increased. So now if we can use Shengling's E, Super's E, you can see I got the Pyro Swirl, and now my bandit is going to do 5.8k damage. Just because I did Global Swirl. And so this is why Global Swirl is a very good thing to do. The team where this matters a lot is a famous 4-star only team, Sucrose National, where by using Guoba Swirl you can guarantee both Hydro and Pyro Swirl. Now the rotation that would include Guoba Swirl you would start with Sinsu's ult, use Bennett ult, then swap to Shangling, use Guoba, swap to Sucrose, do normal attack and E, then swap back to Shangling, use her ult, and you will get all the possible buffs to Shangling, and as well as doing the Hydro Swirl. So the rotation in action would be Sinja's ult, Bennett's ult, Shangling's E, normal attack, Fire Swirl, and as you can see, I'm vaping for 74k, which definitely shows that I did get the Fire Swirl. So yeah, that's how you do Guoba Swirl, and that's how you use it. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the fact that Guoba Swirl has an actual timing, and you need to get used to it a little bit. The good reference point of Guoba Swirl is you need to use your E, Super's E, just before the exclamation mark appears. Now, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but a good way to make sure you get Guoba Swirl is after using Shangling's E, you do normal attack on Sucrose, and then you use E. This kinda delays your Sucrose E just enough for her E to swirl Guoba. Hope it was a little bit useful, and the more you know the better. So see you next time.